Hello and welcome to 30 Tips for The Division. I am Agafor, and the 30 tips in this video are gathered through experimentation or submitted by community members and tested in-game. But if any of the tips are wrong, please let me know in the comments. You can see which skills agents have equipped by looking at their backpack. Switch your skills out to see all of the different models. The one is None talent, unlocked through the Canine unit, is one of the greatest DPS talents available as it puts a round directly back in your current magazine. This makes shotguns OP. The best DPS skill is Smart Cover with the Trapper mod, boosting damage much more than any other skill, and provides this bonus to squad members too. Double tapping any deployable skill will deploy it where your crosshair is aiming, reducing downtime, where triple tapping the Sticky Bomb skill makes it explode on impact. Holding down this skill button for the turret will deploy it on top of the cover you're currently using. This does not work on tool cover or when you're wall peeking. Double tapping the cover button while doing a cover to cover move will make you harder to hit with a roll. Tap the cover button again to make yourself go into cover. Shooting from cover with marksman rifles or LMGs will increase your stability, significantly reducing recoil, making controlling these weapons much easier. Holding down the sprint button while on a ladder not only makes you climb down faster, but climb up slightly faster too. Sprinting does not affect your speed on zip wires. Are your friends complete dickholes with elevators? Simply fast travel to them, but doing this too fast can cause you to enter some sort of twilight zone, so wait until you see them moving first. By pressing up on the D-pad on consoles or Z on PC, you can mark targets. Holding down this button triggers a 5-second countdown. The numbered arrows mean the squad member that is setting the mark. While playing in a group, look at the traces of your teammates and switch targets accordingly. Focusing fire is very important at endgame, so get used to it now. Aiming down sights at an enemy will show more information about that enemy at a greater distance. This also works on players in the dark zone. The fire status effect can spread to other squad members if you stand too close to a person on fire. While in the dead or down state, you can still use your inventory in any other menu option. If you're having trouble looking at that swag new shirt or jacket you just picked up, equip a pistol first to view your character in a better animation. If you're running low on space in your inventory or inside your stash, equipping mods and skins to weapons will free up a lot of space. When using these boards to unlock encounters in areas, you don't need to wait for 100% before moving away. It instantaneously unlocks them. If you're looking to maximize experience gained, unlock the situation room and barracks at the security wing first, then stack increased XP per kill on gear. If you're running low on credits while leveling, extract blues from the dark zone and sell them for a lot of credits. This is a good way to get some great gear for leveling too. The bleed status effect reduces audio awareness and prevents you from sprinting too. Using the first aid skill will remove the bleed status effect immediately. In the dark zone, meleeing players does almost zero damage and interrupts your reloads. Only use melee to finish off players that are in the down state. Getting too close while attempting to trigger a weak spot effect can have adverse effects on your health. For PC players at least, you can rebind individual consumables and grenades much easier than using this crappy scroll wheel thing. If you change your roll to directional double tapping, you can roll straight through the entrance of the base of operations. You can quickly do a 180 turn by holding the left thumbstick down and pushing it in. For PC, hold down sprint and tap S. This will need to be turned on in the options. There is an option to stop your character from breaking cover when moving and stop you moving around corners without your consent. Changing these will make using cover much more controlled. Most surfaces cannot be penetrated. Glass appears to be the most reliable surface to penetrate, but surfaces like this wood board only damage enemies if the bullet doesn't hit the surface. Enemy snipers can be devastating. The light will be at its brightest when they're aiming at you in particular, so learn the difference between these two. Getting close will force them to pull their secondary out. Health regen attributes don't just regen health on crit or kill, they also trigger your standard health regen too, so get at least one of these attributes. Even though it appears you're loading in incendiary or explosive rounds into a gun, any gun you use will cause the effect given that you still have the buff underneath your health bar.
Bonus tap!
If you're bored of civilians spamming this same one-liners at you, you can steer civilians into traps to relieve some of that frustration. A lot of the time, incredibly hyped up games don't meet my expectations, but the detailed gameplay and community of The Division have held their own. The Division is one of the greatest games I've ever played, and I see myself playing it for a long time to come. Now, I never thought I'd ever say this, but props to Ubisoft. You can clearly see that a lot of passion went into developing this game, and if they can maintain a steady stream of content and fixes, I see The Division being a favourite for many gamers out there. If you learned something in this video, please give it a like to pass on the info. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the Dark Zone.